Welcome to the second volume of the three-part saga of Storm and the Brotherhood of Mutants. 100 years have passed since Sinister's takeover of the universe, and 90 years since the events of the first volume. The Sinister Council's Red Diamond Empire is at war with the Interstellar Compact, an alliance of the remaining galactic powers led by Orbis Stellaris. Storm and the Brotherhood fight both sides to free everyone from Sinister's influence and to avenge the destruction of Arakko. Another insurgent cell led by Mystique, Freedom Force, managed to transmit the location of the Compact's mobile command post to Arakko Base, the Brotherhood starship and headquarters. A starship named Enki approaches Arakko Base and provides the correct access code. A suspicious Novar demands the next sequence of access codes, which have not yet been generated, and the starship Enki accurately predicts the next sequence. Destiny, the only mutant precog capable of providing the codes, is allowed into the base and recounts to everyone the tragedy of losing Mystique. Mystique left to fight with her Freedom Force against the Sinisters, and Destiny begged her not to, fearing the worst. But Mystique didn't want to be kept, in her own words, as a keepsake in Destiny's vault. An emotional Destiny tells them that Mystique died fighting for their cause, and that being together wasn't enough for Mystique. When Storm arrives, Destiny confesses that they once offered Storm a chance to end the timeline, but instead they stole the Moira lab because Destiny wanted to preserve the timeline where Mystique was alive, but now that Mystique was dead, Destiny wants to kill Moira and reset the timeline. The Brotherhood dispatches attack ships to the Death Sphere, Orbis Stellaris planet-sized sphere that houses the World Farm, his base of operations. Within the World Farm, an enslaved civilization called the Progenitors process massive amounts of data to help Orbis Stellaris achieve dominionhood, which is a form of godhood. Orbis Stellaris is alerted to the attack and dispatches his entire attack fleet to take on the Brotherhood, believing that Storm is either desperate or senile. On the main ship, Korra boosts Destiny's precognitive powers so she can accurately determine what they should do to achieve victory. Destiny sees them winning the battle, and then senses darkness, which she believes means the timeline will have successfully reset. The specific instructions that lead to victory are broadcast telepathically to the Brotherhood. When John Ironfire receives his instructions, Mother Righteous appears to him as a daydream. She asks him if he has any regrets or anything he'd do differently, and he confesses that a mistake during the Genesis War still haunts him, but he has since learned to have faith in Storm's judgment. The Brotherhood infiltrate the Death Sphere by entering the hatch that their enemies are leaving from. Since Orbis dispatched all his fighter craft, he is left unprotected inside. With their forces inside, Novar tells Storm that their black hole torpedo is aimed at the World Farm and ready to go. As Storm tells him to fire the weapon, Korra executes Destiny by splitting her head in two with her blade. Turns out the darkness that Destiny foresaw earlier was not the timeline resetting, but her own death. The whole plan to destroy the World Farm was a ruse, and Novar disarms the torpedo. When Novar expresses his doubts about not destroying the Moira lab, Storm tells him that this reality still supports hope and they cannot justify murdering an entire universe. Cable, knowing they are trapped in the Death Sphere, wonders what the next step of her plan is. Korra amplifies Storm's mutant powers and her sorcery abilities, her powers beyond powers, that she inherited as a descendant of a powerful sorceress, her mother. In spectacular fashion, Storm rips time and space to create a wormhole. The Brotherhood, the World Farm and the whole system is sucked in through the wormhole. Orbis loses all his life's work and the ability to recover it. He responds to the loss by ordering the ship's computer to switch off life support, supposedly killing everyone on board. Back with the Brotherhood and their captured World Farm, Gunna asks about the progenitors inside the World Farm, and Cable responds that without a leader and any standing orders, they would simply maintain their artificial planets. Cable adds that their time and efforts should now focus on building a new home for their people. When Ironfire asks Korra if Storm is listening, a grief-stricken Korra responds that Storm is dead, having sacrificed herself to open the wormhole that saved their lives. Stay tuned for the final chapter of this trilogy, and remember to subscribe to this channel and press the like button.